The Home Affairs Minister has issued a stark warning on cybersecurity to Australian universities and businesses. It came after news broke that Chinese hackers have overwhelmed the defences of the Australian National University and infiltrated its IT system. Stephen Jedgetts reports from Parliament House.
Navigating the online world is becoming more treacherous.
We are seeing a ramping up of this invasive behaviour by particularly some state actors.
The latest victim is the Australian National University in Canberra. Last year, hackers based in China broke into their system and they still haven't been expelled. Intelligence sources say the culprits were probably linked to the Chinese government and were likely after cutting-edge research which could help its military.
It gives you a lift up. So especially when it comes to high-tech projects, different governments around the world are years behind other governments.
In a statement, the ANU says it's working with the government to deal with the problem. The university insists that no staff, student or research information has been stolen and says it's taking countermeasures. But the government is sceptical, and so are experts.
It's almost like, one of the world's best-known burglars going into a mansion, not the Louvre in Paris, but a mansion, and getting in there and spending all this time getting access and then sitting on the couch and taking nothing. It's incredibly unlikely.
Last year, Australia and China agreed that neither country would use cyber attacks to obtain intellectual property or trade secrets. That promise now looks worthless. And government ministers are increasingly anxious that Australian universities, businesses and bureaucracies are all vulnerable.
I think there is a level of complacency. I think the level of awareness has been increasing, but the level of sophistication of some of these attacks increases as well.
For every case we hear about, and this week we're hearing about ANU, I think we have to remember that there are multiple cases that we never hear about.
Universities often present a soft underbelly to overseas hackers, but this breach is still causing plenty of frustration and dismay in the federal government. Attacks like this are only going to become more frequent and more difficult to repulse. Australia's already playing catch-up. Stephen Jedgetts, ABC News, Canberra.